Hi, I'm Terry from Bed and Biscuits boarding and training facility. This is Knightro. Nitro's done really good. I can't remember his age, but hey, sit, good dog. He's done really good considering he's a little bit older and he's probably stuck in some of his older ways, but he's done really good with his learning. I've got, I think this is probably a 5-foot leash. You can use a 5 or 6 foot leash. I'm using a prong collar, helps correct him. This is really it's quite big. It bottoms out. It won't get any tighter than that. It bottoms out. So I'm not using it really to its full potential, but he does correct him and make him work a little better. I would recommend, if you can get one of these, if you don't already have one, use it at home when you practice doing some of these exercises, and then definitely, Knightro, sit. Don't leave it on the dog, because if he's running around, he can get hooked on a gate latch, a doorknob, a tree limb, anything like that, and it's a type of choker, so if he hangs himself, it's just going to get tighter and tighter. Anyway, we're going to do about, 4 or 5 different exercises: the heel unleash, the sit stay, the down stay, the recall. I'm going to use hand signals as well as verbal commands through all of them to teach you how he's done and what hand signal is for each exercise. When we return, we'll start out with a heel on leash. Thank you. Dog is always at your left side. I've taught him through all these exercises. He's always at your left side, okay? You don't want to keep the leash tight. That's only going to teach him to pull the opposite way you're pulling. So keep it a little bit loose. When you're walking, when it gets tight, you know he's going somewhere other than right beside you. It's just a quick pull and release. It makes that collar get tight and then release. You don't want it to stay tight. It's not going to hurt him, but it's not going to teach him either. It just makes the correction. It's a tight, then release. So it's a real quick, as fast as you can. Just a little pull and release every time you need a correction. Come on, right. Hey, sit. Good dog. He's got a little bit of a sniffing issue, but he likes to sniff of everything, but that's okay. So when we want to do the heel, we just start out with him sitting at your left side. Take your first step and ask him to heel. Don't stop and cater to him if he wants to smell. You'll see me as I walk him. If he goes to a sniff, I just pull and release, and don't stop. I just keep walking. When I do stop walking, he should stop and sit. See how he does. Come on, Knightro. Come on. Good baby. Come on. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. And when you stop, you should automatically sit. Good boy. Heel. Come on. Come on. If he doesn't, he gets a little something on it, tell him to sit. Because the only thing that kind of gets him off track is if he gets his nose sniffing around, he forgets what he's supposed to do. But he usually does very good. Good. Okay, this is going to be Knightro's sit stay. Hand signal to sit is just bring your hand up. See, he's looking. He knows what that means. Bring your hand up as you tell him to sit at your left side. Hand signal to stay. Put the palm of your hand in his face. Tell him to stay as you walk to the end of your leash. If you start to take 2 or 3 steps and he starts to follow you, which he very well might, only put him back to where you started, do it again, and only take 1 step. Tell him to stay. Take 1 step, and then return to him. Tell him to stay. Then you'll eventually, within a day or 2, be able to take the full steps of the whole leash. So let's try that. Sit, stay, stay, stay. You can tell him stay as much as you need to when you're at the end of the leash. Stay. So start out with only, leave him for 3 to 5 seconds. Then later on, if you've done it for a few weeks, you can leave him for a minute or better. Stay. 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 I make him stay here so he doesn't anticipate to get up before you get back to him. Stay. And exercise finish and praise your dog. Good. Okay, this is going to be Knightro's down stay. Put him in a sit with your left side again. You're going to turn and face him. Point your finger right to the ground. Any of these exercises, if you tell him more than twice, the 3rd time you tell him, be making him do it. If you got to pull 1 foot out or whatever to make him lay down, or if he's not sitting. If he's not sitting and you've already told him twice, it's like a small child. Don't tell him over and over and over and over, because he'll learn he doesn't have to do it until you've told him 30 times, or you're going to make him do it. So eliminate all that problem. Hopefully tell him once, but if you do have to tell him twice, don't tell him a 3rd time before you make him do it. Knightro, come on. Sit. So you got him in a sit at your left side. Gonna stand, turn facing just like this. Down. Lay down. Down. Okay, he didn't go down. I usually don't have to make him at all. Lay down. Stay. Stay. Reinforce the word stay as you leave him. Stay. 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 Again, only 3 to 5 seconds to start out with. Stay. Stay. Don't you let him get up until you release him. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Exercise finished and praise the dogs. Okay, this is going to be his recall. Again, to your left side. Sit, stay, walk to the end of your leash. Again, if you can only go 1 step, stay. You're going to do all this from 1 or 2 steps until you can finally get to the end of your leash a few days later. Okay, so you're going to put him in sit, tell him to stay. I'm going to walk to the end of the leash, turn and face him, and you're going to ask him to come. Ask him to come, and when you do that, the hand signals, just bring your hand to your chest, use his name and tell him to come. He should come and sit at my feet, but the big thing that you're wanting to get him to do is later on down the road, when he's off leash and you calling for him to come to you. I haven't used a treat through any of this. I've just done it, just positive reinforcement, praise him when he's done, and he's done great. Oh boy. Sit. Okay. Stay. Stay. Knightro, come. Exercise finished. Good boy. Great. Okay, Knightro has done really, really good. I've been putting the stuff in his eye, and his eye's looking really good. Really good. Put the stuff in there, the 2 different stuff in there like I'm supposed to, and he's very good about it, and he's doing a great job. All these exercises, he's done great. He's not a young dog, so I take that in consideration. Some things he does kind of slow, which on the opposite side, a lot of times with a real young dog, they do everything 90 miles an hour. They don't get a chance to think of what they're doing. They make mistakes. So this is kind of a plus in a way. Anyway, if you can practice these exercises every day, I try to get it done twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Only like 15 minutes. We're taking a little bit longer because I'm doing a lot of talking and showing you how to do things. But I come out here and I do the heel, the sit, stay, the down, stay, the recall, and I'm done in less than 10 minutes usually, or around 10 minutes. And it's like a young child. They learn better that way instead of drilling it in them for 30 minutes and they start losing interest, and you don't make as much ground that way. Is he capable of doing off leash later? I think so. It's just going to take a lot of work with you at home continuing these exercises. When you're able to walk him on a leash and he's right beside you, every place you go, you never feel the leash get tight, you give him a little bit of slack in it, and he's doing that 95% of the time, then we can talk about off leash if you want to go that route. But he's got to be doing perfect on leash before we can take him off leash. With that being said, going in and out of the doorways, I make him sit and stay before I go in or come back out. I walk out first, and he's done really good with that. So he's been a good dog, easy trainable dog, because he's smart and willing to please. So I have enjoyed it, and thank you very much. Good boy.